This is Rudy Coggins, sports editor for the News Argus here in Goldsboro. Just want to talk with you a little bit about March Madness. It officially kicked off 2 days ago with the first four in Dayton. So we now know the full field of 64. So let's talk about it a little bit. Most of you by now have filled out your brackets. Of course, you can see ours is empty. But we're gonna tell you who our Final Four and our national champion is in just a couple of minutes. But here's some things to kind of ponder while you're watching the tournament this weekend. Michigan, you got to look at the Big Ten champions. You know, they had the accident on the plane sliding off the tarmac, and maybe that was a little bit of a wake-up call for them. But they went through the Big Ten tournament and beat a very good Michigan team, a very good Wisconsin team in the final. So they're a team to watch. Got to look at UNC Wilmington down off the coast, led by Denzel Ingram, who played at Chapel Hill. Seahawks have won 18 of the last 21 games. They're one of the top 5 scoring teams in the country. Never know what they're going to see, but they play Virginia in the first round. Be interesting to see how Virginia plays them defensively. The uglier Virginia gets you to play, the more that it favors Virginia by the end of the day. 2 other games you may want to look at are down are Florida Gulf Coast and Florida State. A lot of people think that the number 3 seed for Florida State's a little bit high for the Seminoles, but they are a very good basketball team coached by Leonard Hamilton. Florida Gulf Coast was the Cinderella team in this program that's on the rise. Some team that you really can't overlook. The others on the other side, you look at Dayton and Wichita State, 2 teams that probably felt like they got slighted by the NCAA selection committee, especially Wichita State. The Shockers have the potential to go to the Sweet 16 again. That's going to be a good ball game. Dayton's led by Archie Miller, one of the best players in the country when he played at NC State. Very good basketball coach, and his team plays with the same demeanor that he has, which is a very intense coach, very intense style. So that should be an excellent first round game. One thing to look at also, the Ivy League. Princeton is the Ivy League champion this year. 5 of the last 7 years, an Ivy League team has won a first round game. Princeton went to the Sweet 16 a couple of years ago with Pete Carroll as head coach. Tigers might get there again. They might not, but you never know. This is March. Anything can happen. One thing for sure, when it comes to 1 seeds playing 16 seeds, the 16 seeds haven't been very fortunate. They are 0-128 in tournament history, which I don't think that's going to change after this year. Kentucky, the Wildcats, they made 174 appearances in the NCAA, or played 174 games in the NCAA tournament. Undoubtedly, they're one of the teams year in and year out that you have to watch for to be a national championship contender. The weakest region is, unfortunately, hate to say it, Mark Few, is your region. Gonzaga seeded number 1, Arizona seeded number 2. These 2 teams played each other earlier in the season. More than likely, they're going to meet each other in the regional for the right to get to the Final Four in Phoenix. And I'm sure a lot of Arizona fans will love to see the Wildcats playing in Phoenix when the Final Four comes around. So now we get to the big question. Who's going to be in the Final Four? Well, I think it's going to be Arizona, North Carolina, defending national champion Villanova, and Kansas. And I think the national champion, Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk, Kansas.